Today in today's Bad Influence, we're reviewing Indiana Jones 3 on the Mega Drive.
Zoom in on me, Eric on one, and I'll be using a home computer to edit some of the finest footage ever shot in the Bad Influence studio.
And Z reports from the Nintendo hotline.
These people are the best game players in the world, and they spent all day helping other people who've gotten stuck.
But before all of that, slimy furtlers, something interesting. The word of the week is poke, which is a techie word for a cheat. The non-techie word for a cheat is, of course, cheat. And here's one for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on the Game Boy. To jump straight through to level 8, the Abyss, simply type in 5556737 on the password screen. To get to level 9, Paradise, type in 5556429. And to get to level 10, School Concert, type in 5551881. And if you've got any complaints about the programme, please phone our producer on 9555732. All right, Andy, you can get on with the programme now.
Oh, thanks.
No, that's fine. No, really, no problem.
Thanks very much indeed, Nam. Yep, right, thank you. Nam, just clear off, would you? Violet?
Andy,
exude.
stop messing about. We're all sick of you following us around that stupid camera of yours.
You see, great artists are always misunderstood. The reason I've been following Violet around with this camcorder of mine all day is because of a new software package for the Amiga that allows you to edit sound and pictures from either your camcorder or your normal VHS player. First thing you've got to do is load in what you've just recorded, so I'll plug in my camcorder into the computer, and then I'll do like all good directors do and check my rushes back, excuse me. Now then, how is Nam looking? There he is. And I'm now loading in what I just shot on the camcorder into the computer through this bit of equipment here. It plugs into the hard drive port on the side of your Amiga, and it's called a digitizer or a decoder. What it does is it translates the information, the sound and the vision from the camcorder or the video recorder into a language that your computer can understand. And once it's all in there, you can do some really interesting stuff with it. Look, you can watch it forwards by dragging that along, or you can watch it backwards, or by changing up here the frames per second, you can watch it faster, or even slower. The most interesting stuff starts when you select this window, the edit window, because now all the video that I shot is being represented like a film in frame after frame after frame. So if I want to find some interesting bits of Nam, there was a bit, so we can start him there and then have him throw that over his shoulder, and if we end that there and then I select the loop window, we can watch him throw that over his shoulder again and again and again and again and again. Yes, thank you, Nam, that's quite enough of that. Using these other windows here, you can chop bits out, you can make it go backwards, you can put bits in, take bits out, change it all around. Along the bottom here is a pictorial representation of all the sound that went in on the video I've just shot. You can play it, or using these lines here, you can drag it along and listen to what you recorded. There's Nam, there's me. Now where's Violet saying, stop messing about? There's the beginning of the S. Now if I take this one here to the end of stop messing about, that's quite small, but I can enlarge the area of sound by using zoom. Play that back. Now we go into the sequencer and find some pictures of Violet saying stop messing about. Now she was wagging her finger at the time, wasn't she? There she is. There's the beginning, so we put that in as the start point. Messing about. Put that as the end point, and we can program both the sound and the pictures to key W on the keyboard. So now when I hit W, I can scratch mix Violet. And I actually put Nam in earlier on the Q key. The software and the digitizer will cost you about 70 quid. It will run on all Amigas and most Ataris. I think it's really good value for money. Obviously, it's not a full-blown editing package, but it's great fun when you can do this to Violet.
Yes, thank you, Andy. Hollywood is waiting for you. And while we're on the subject of great movie directors, our main review this week is Indiana Jones 3 on the Mega Drive. Based on the film The Last Crusade, and you know the story. You've got to beat the baddies, find the Holy Grail, and rescue your old dad while you're at it. Here's Adam.
This is an 8-bit conversion which still looks like an 8-bit game. It looks to me like they spent loads of money on the license and virtually no money on the game at all. The graphics and sound are rubbish and the gameplay is even worse. This one is the stupidest parts of the game where Indiana has to jump in there, quickly avoid the rocks to get into a second one and jump at the right time to avoid falling in the water by getting onto the rope. It just shows how much the game is based on luck rather than skill. The graphics are so pitiful. Just look at that background. I mean, you can easily get more than that onto one cartridge. If you like the film so much, just use your money and get a video instead. In a way, this game's cheap and nasty, cheap for the manufacturers and nasty for us. It can take 10 weeks to save up for a Mega Drive game, so it's important to get one that's good. I wanted to give this 0 stars, but the scoring only goes down to 1, so when it is, I won't waste my money on this.
It's not that bad. The whip effect's excellent, and the punching's good too. I'd have to mark it down a bit though, because the first level's pretty difficult.
I expect a lot more from a 16-bit game, and the Mega Drive is definitely capable of more. They're just churning out any old stuff for Christmas.
And so the final scores for Indiana Jones. The boys gave it a dreadful 1 out of 5, and the girls liked it a bit better, 3 out of 5.
If you're a Nintendo fan over here, and who isn't, even President Bush is rumored to play, you need be away from your hero for more than a few seconds a day. For starters, you can snack on Mario cookies. There's everything from pie tins to placemats, from bags to poo floats, from socks to underpants, but I'm not gonna show you those. Actually, I'm not in a diner. This is Cafe Mario in Nintendo's American headquarters in Seattle. The people who eat their ham on rye, hold the mustard here, are among the best game players in the world because they're the people who man the hotline.
Nintendo Gameplay, this is Robin. How may I help you?
They're called game counselors, and they go through a grueling training program that lasts about 8 weeks and involves knowing pretty much everything there is to know about every game.
Okay, the hammer is located in the big chest. Have you seen the big chest yet? No? Okay, you've got the big key. No, well, we got some work ahead of us.
The service runs every day from 4 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. And since it started, they've answered 42 million questions.
One should knock the 2 heads off, then you'll be able to defeat the middle head, but you have to have the other 2 heads defeated first.
Games counselors are a walk of just about any type of life, but you definitely have to have a love for video games and, of course, the dexterity to be able to play those games as well. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Not in that long passageway that goes to the other stairs?
No, it's in one of the rooms.
And if the geniuses get stuck, these are the instructions of every game ever made, and this whole thing is just for NES.
We have a library of over 6,000 games available for anybody who wants to play the games. But it's pretty wild because you wouldn't think that they'd have to know all that stuff upstairs, but they also get some help from a large database of information that we have as well.
Okay, got that? Good, good.
We get some really cute kids calling up, very articulate and seem to know what they're talking about. And I've even talked to a few senior citizens in their 70s, and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nintendo is funding some university research to try and find out what it is that makes video games so addictive. Come on. Ah.
There's definitely one game right now that they're getting a lot of questions on, and that would be Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In fact, we're receiving over 50,000 calls a week on that game alone.
If you have something to write with, I'll get you directions right to the ladder.
Okay, we want the blue ones to be up and the orange ones to be down. And then if we jump off the ledge, we can go up the staircase and then go to the upper left door. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so, thank you. Hello, slimy furtlers. Come with me to a small island off the coast of Australia. This is a cheat for Tasmania. Now, to choose levels, simply plug in 2 control pads the right way up. Then press A, B, C and start on both control pads at the same time when the title screen appears. Then press start, then C when the game begins. It's truth.
Now, if you're stuck on a game, whatever you do, don't phone NAM and don't go phoning America. There's a Nintendo hotline in this country too. And the number is 0703 65 2222. Now for this week's news and previews.